great staff, and a public-private partnership of a can-do attitude that really allows us to get a lot done. And talking about that, I want to add that we've had employees, county employees that have served on our board of directors from time to time over the years. And you all know Ron Familia, who's sitting here, came in here with me today, and Ron, like many other board members, spent an enormous amount of time unpaid, volunteering, and in fact, in the last 5 years, Ron has probably accompanied me at least on 3 occasions to various housing symposiums with NeighborWorks America that lasted 6-7 days by the time you consider your travel. And he and other folks do that on their vacation. And I'm just over the years a few times I thought, how do I get the county board of supervisors to allow their employees to get paid while they're on such important task for the community? But I know that's not possible, but certainly that thought went through my mind, and I want you to know that there's a lot of good county employees that have helped out yourselves, and I want to thank former county employee Tony Shaw too before I walk away from here, because he's been a great help to the cause of affordable housing over the years. And if I could introduce Bruce Alfano,
please.
My replacement, for those of you that don't know him. He started 3 weeks ago, and I'm on the payroll for a couple more weeks, and then I'm out the door, and we're in good hands with Bruce. So thanks again. Thank you very much. And good luck with your ongoing discussion on the coast. I think there was a guy in Star Trek that had that same name, the Boers, and I was trying. I can see him, but that's all I can do. So that's what this discussion reminded me of. Thanks again.
Good luck, Dwayne. Thank you. Okay, we do have a couple more items, and then we have a very important item slated for 3 o'clock. We're going to attempt to take care of 2 of these items. To the CEO's office, item 6D, Mendocino County Emergency Medical Services update. Mr. CEO.
Thank you. I'll keep my comments brief due to the interest of time. Carmel Angelo is here from the HHSA agency. Your board, during budget hearings last year, allocated approximately $200,000 for the ambulance group. She's here today to make a presentation to you of how those funds were spent, and we do have members of the emergency services community here also to, I think, thank the board for their efforts. We will be ongoing with 2 different efforts out of the CEO's office. I'm going to be chairing, along with Carmel and the EMS staff, taking a look at ambulance issues on a continual basis, and Allison Glassy from our office is taking the assignment, and she'll be working with the fire districts directly, and at some point those items will merge and we'll come back to you with further information. But I'd like to turn the time over to Carmel to make the presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. Chairman Wattenberger, members of the board, we're here to update you on emergency medical services in Mendocino County today. We actually have our first responders with us, and we also have Coastal Valleys EMS with us. To start with, to give you an update, Dr. Mark Lovato, our EMS medical director, will begin. Thanks.
Thank you, Carmel. Doctor.
I'll try to be extremely brief. Before I started practicing emergency medicine and being involved in the EMS system here almost 27 years ago, I was involved in both Santa Clara County and Sacramento County, where we had very elaborate, well-funded, fully professional services. And I think one of the endearing things, and the reason I've stayed so long, and I think special things but difficult things about Mendocino County is that we've had to have a kind of a consortium of almost primarily volunteer, fire professional and volunteer and private ambulance companies and all of them have had to have bare bones budgets, and therefore we've had a lot of participation, and it's really been an effort of professionalism and heart, and I think that's why I really wanted to extend my thank you to you for allocating that $200,000, which we have a fragile system because of the economics and the distances people have to travel to provide care. We have over 7,500 EMS calls each year, which is quite a few. And a lot of that is unremunerated. And that $200,000 really went a long way to basically made some of the basic operations to sustain them, and in some cases to expand them. And I really want to thank Sam Barnett and Kathy Francis for carrying the water and the load on this effort, putting together with Carmel's help the review agency. We basically made the awards after a lot of work by Sam and Kathy, but a lot of grueling day-long effort looking at merit and need. We gave it to people that either wholly or partially practice in the county. They're ground responders only, ground providers. And I think the subsidy worked out really well. We actually were surprised. People didn't ask for pie in the sky. We came to be able to give them, I think they made reasonable requests, and I think most people's requests were, if not wholly, significantly funded. And I'm just going to review briefly who we gave them to. It was Mendocino Coast District Hospital Ambulance Service got $20,000. Elk Ambulance Service got $10,000. Anderson Valley Ambulance Service got $26,000. City Ambulance of Eureka and Cloverdale Ambulance of Cloverdale got $10,000 each. And the reason why these are out-of-county responders that we gave money to, they actually provide a dramatic service in the southern and northern parts of our county, and if without them, our own agencies that have specific needs would have to go way out of service to provide it. So we wanted to acknowledge Cloverdale and City Ambulance for significant service to our constituents. Coast Life Support got $10,000. Covelo Fire Ambulance got $20,000. Laytonville Ambulance Service got $55,000, and Ukiah Ambulance Service got $41,000. So thanks again. It was, I think, we know your budget difficulties. This is tough, and it's really made a major impact. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
I'll be sharing with you a few of our long-term and short-term strategies, but before I do, as Dr. Loato said, our first responders are here and would like to share with you some of the activities they're doing with the subsidy that they've gotten. The first responders will be coming forward. The first one will be Scott Foster from Coast Life Support District, followed by Bruce Longstreet from Anderson Valley Ambulance, Rosa Bono from Covelo Ambulance, Bob McAdoo from Ukiah Ambulance Service, Thomas Hendricks from Cloverdale Ambulance, and Jim Little from Laytonville Ambulance. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Scott Foster. I'm the treasurer and on the board of directors of the Coast Life Support District. I'd really like to thank you for the funds you granted us. It has allowed us critical communications capability that we did not have before. Why is this important? Our transport times are often as long as it takes to get from here to the Golden Gate Bridge. So imagine if you had health problems, chest pain right now, we said, we'll take you to San Francisco. That's the best we can do. Because of these distances, our ambulances are like rolling cardiac care, intensive care units. Our paramedics in the Coast Life Support District are the only ones in several western states that are authorized to give special cardiac clot busting drugs that are very expensive. It's expensive to maintain the